What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Cut the Crap. I'm your host, Christian, here with my main man, Rex and Steven. How's it going today, fellas?
Good. I'm back on the road. That's
What?
always fun.
You got a car?
Another one. Can you
Oh.
believe it? I would have never thought. I would have never thought I would
JDM
have
now,
gotten
baby.
two
You're gonna
cars.
love the JDMs.
Oh yeah. We having fun. But that shit be drinking gas, bro. What the fuck? I really only started driving it maybe 2 days ago, and I'm a third of I said what?
Yeah,
About to get a refund.
Bro, it's an accurate TL, bro. You got that big J35 engine in there, that 3.5 V6.
Yeah,
All right?
yeah.
That
Oh man, I've been
3.5
tapping into that
V6.
V6.
Yeah.
I've been tapping into the VTEC. Sorry, VTEC. I was tapping into it. I said, "Oh, this is fun.
Yeah,
This
bro.
is fun."
That's that
And
big boy
it's
engine.
so practical. I don't know why people haven't tried to obviously it's patented, but you know what I mean. Like figure out their own version. It's so smart. Just make a different interval for a bigger valve so that you can pull the pistons further at a certain gauge. And that's kind of easy. That's very easy to fix.
Well,
Than an electric solenoid.
There's probably a reason behind it.
Oh, why no one else is? Because they're fucking bullshitting. They probably think that it's they're bullshitting. There's no reason. If you go look up how VTEC works, like through and through, it's actually systematically sound. It's your camshaft that has another piece that hits a trigger that will when you basically you give more gas, it's going to be let's use the bigger side of the camshaft, and then whoop, more air.
Yeah.
Whereas my last car, it was a multi-air, so it used electric solenoids that eventually will crap out. It's huh? It's right there in your face. But anywho, any fucking
Yeah, that's not what we're here for today. That's another day, another topic. We'll get into that later. Real quick, before we do jump into today's topic, we had an actual response from last week's video. 2 responses.
Nice.
First thing first,
Ooh.
Steven, they can't stand you. They hate you. You annoy the shit out of them with your answers sometimes.
It's not my fault that they have bad taste, but everybody has their own palate.
I laughed so hard. Second of all, it was a rebuttal to what me and Steven had said about college. Their answer, long story short, was college is there to weed out the weak. That's why only 60% graduate. It's actually to weed out those other people that don't know what they're going to school for and all that. And then, some places you need a college degree to do certain things and to be able to do financing or being a doctor, stuff like that. Now, I guess what I was saying kind of got a little misconstrued, or I could see where they were going when they said this. Not trying to say college is bad for everybody. I just want to put that out there. College is not bad for everyone. It's not made for everyone either, though. It is really made for the strong and the people that want to accomplish something and all that. But all I'm saying is that you can still have or make as much money as somebody else with a college degree without somebody without a college degree. Okay. Steven was saying
I'm a double down.
Steven was saying about the trade school and all that stuff, and trade school is good for certain people that can't do it or can't go to college to learn how to use your hands and to be doing stuff with your hands, and something that is just a lost art nowadays because there's a lot of people not in trade school. In trade school anymore. So go ahead and double down. What you want to say, Rex?
No, school post-secondary is a fucking scam. Sure, I get it. Your doctors, absolutely. Things of medicine and science, where you need to be in that environment, absolutely sure. But if you want, I don't know, maybe be an AstroTurf technician. I'm sure you don't need to go to school for that. agriculture, like teaching, probably not. So like I said, I get where they're coming from, but that weed at the week, honestly, that's some BS. Like, it's still an entry, a fee to get in. So even weeding out before that, like it's already a blockade on when people already have uh access to free education to a certain degree or certain age. So then they put a money wall behind it, and so it's like, okay, what weeding out the weak does that stem from? um and yeah, like trade school, we call it really like it's still treated as a college, right? Whereas being able to work with your hands or more focus in that regard. But yeah, I don't know. So some things, you can definitely agree that you need to spend more schooling,
Mhm.
and have like a hyper focused time to do it. But for the majority of all the other stuff that you're going to, like, you telling me you really needed to go to school to be a gym teacher or to work in an office when they have training, when now you look at the world nowadays and it's always kind of been swinging towards that, but it's always about who you know. It's always about who you know.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot
definitely,
of people. There's
definitely
a lot of
agree.
people in your real world, right? The people, the people that are listening and viewing this, that you've probably questioned how did that person get that job, and it's because they knew somebody, not because they went to school, not because the weak weeded them out and they were deemed strong. No, they got a clutch. So when you learn in the real world, that's a lot about what it is to be able to be clutch. Then yeah, because I'm sure there's a lot of doctors, some doctors out there that don't have a degree and they learn from somebody, and somebody was able to get them a bar, or sorry, not a bar,
A
get them
license,
to help.
medical license.
Yeah, their license. Thank you.
I don't know.
And
I think you need a degree regardless. And
bro, it
medical.
goes deep. If people are willing to do it, people are willing. Like, there are cons out there. I see
There
people
are. There was that
forge
young black kid.
license.
Remember, he was a doctor.
Yeah, he was, but he was trolling. Like,
No.
he was fucking trolling. You're an idiot if you actually went to him. Like, I went to a doctor that had a mohawk like that, and he had those stubbly nails. Like, you're asking for it. Like, come on now, use your common sense. But yeah, like, again, it's all about who you know. Like, there's people who get into certain positions of power via politics, lawyers, DAs, all that. And I'm sure you skim through enough, you'll find that yeah, a lot of them don't. Not saying it's the right thing, but it happens, and it's very in your face nowadays. Because how is a qualified person gonna tell an unqualified person who has their position? I can't tell them nothing. So like, that falls short.
Yeah. Well, that's why I just wanted to clarify real quick on it. I just don't want it to seem like we're saying college ain't worth it. College is
It
definitely worth
isn't.
it for some
Double
people.
down. I said. Double down.
Nah,
Triple
college is
down.
worth it for the
I'm gonna
people.
stand on it. The only thing I really say college is really worth is to open your mind. If you really came in like a closed environment, let's say you lived in certain neighborhood your whole life, where you're around certain groups of people, going to college really opens up your mind, and you get to see different personalities, to see different walks of life, and you can definitely have a great appreciation of that than you would in a workplace setting. But outside of that, or like I
Rex is
said, if you're trying
doubling
to go for
down.
like a
I'm
doctor,
backing up.
triple in.
It is
I'm
what
gonna
it is.
stand on it.
It's fine.
Yep.
It's fine. Anyways, we're gonna jump into the topic. I brought this topic up actually because I was going through doing some editing of our video, and we had spoke about it. Ooh, gave you a little sneak peek for everybody watching. But we had talked about it before, and Rex and Steven were kind of excited to talk about it when we had said why people can't get over the past. We had mentioned it just briefly 2 months ago. I don't know if you remember, Rex, or remember this when we were ending an episode. But
Oh, okay. Yeah.
we were talking about it. It's like, why can't people get over the past? Well, what is the struggle with that? So that's gonna be today's topic. Rex, did you want to go first, sir? You
Absolutely.
You look
Absolutely.
your face lit up a little bit when I said that. You were like, "Oh, I got something to say on this." So
The VTech is going in the brain right now. So but yeah, I think people are just hung up on the past because we're humans and we see everything in like symmetry. So when you hung up on the past, that means something is off. And like most people like, I need closure. I need this from this other person because we're classically trained, whether through TV or radio or any kind of like imitation of life. There is a closure. There is a happy ending or a resolution or a silver lining, if you will. But if I recommend anybody, I'm not even gonna ask you, Christian, because you already got a million shows. But if anybody has time or seen it, BoJack Horseman is one of the greatest animation shows that is out there. Just because it follows on the same, you have a celebrity who was in those kind of like what's it called, in that kind of sitcom TV reality show, like growing up, and now he's an adult and he realizes that life doesn't work that way. Like you can't, fuck over people and then, I think the best episode was he fucked over some guy. He went over, he's on his deathbed. The man says, walks over, he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry for about whatever happened." And the man looked at him and he goes, "I don't accept your apology." And that was big. And some people can't get over that, you know what I mean? And the sense of why people are hooked on the past is because they're expecting their resolution, and sometimes they don't want to face the reality of what that resolution is. There's a lot of things you're not going to get answers to. There's a lot of things that won't go your way, so you're better sometimes to just count your losses or really evaluate what that is and then move forward from there.
nice. I like that. I had some similar saying, unresolved issues, pretty much. That's what that would fall under, unresolved issues that people have. Also, people I feel like that can't get over the past. There's several other reasons. Some of it could be psychological reasoning or social factors, stuff like that. Emotional attachment. Some people just have strong ties to past events, whether they're positive or negative, and it's hard for them to move forward. And their emotions. It's hard for their emotions to get over stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, and some people are just comfortable, right? For instance, you're in a relationship and you're getting everything you want, everything in the world you need, you're taken care of, and then boom, it's taken away from you. And do you really, and this is talking relationship wise, but this could be in any reason. I'm just using this as an example. And boom, they want them back. Do they want them back because they actually missed the person? Or do they want them back because they missed the situation they were in and the stuff that they were getting? You know what I mean? Steven, I saw you had your hand up. Go ahead, sir.
I didn't have I'm listening.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so I feel like that could be an example. Some people just have the fear of unknowing. They don't want to move forward because they don't know what's going to happen in their future and their lives. You got a promotion going and all that for a better job, and you're in a shitty job situation. You're unhappy and all that, right? But you can't leave it because it's like, oh man, from past experience that you weren't able to get a steady job, and this is as steady as it could be, right? So you're scared to move up and try something different, even though you're not happy in this. Human brains are wired to follow established patterns and routines. Okay. It's if someone has been thinking about or dealing with past issues for a long time, it's hard for them to break out of those habits and change. So, habits and routines is another big thing that people are into, and that is struggles with, just being attached to the past. So many different things. What do you think, Steven?
I feel like I'm being attacked right now, bro. That's what
This has nothing to do with you, by the way. Everything I didn't even think of you, but go ahead.
If the shoe fits,
baby.
Oh, damn.
It's a size. It's 8.5, 9, depends on the brand of the sneaker. Anyways,
Oh,
uh,
my guy.
I was gonna say no because you're talking all that shit about like profession that and not like the complacency comes into
Yeah.
effect. That in the past, and sometimes it's not even because of your struggles. It's because of things you've seen other people go through. Like right now, I'm not saying that I'm looking for a job, but I'm open to listening to offers right now. Um, but I've seen other people in the past struggle to find jobs, and maybe the fear of that, you know, keeps
Hmm.
people where they are.
Yeah.
But like me, I'm a I'm a hustler, bro. I'm gonna get it. I've done all kinds of shit to feed my family, bro. I'll do what I gotta do. Um, but just a lot of people just want to be prisoners of their past and not let it go.
Yeah, and that's
Facts.
crazy. I'm glad you
Facts.
brought that up real quick. People are prisoners of their past. I know I have been for some time. Just opening up some. I've definitely been a prisoner of my past, where you always think, oh, what if, or what if this was different? What if that was different? And it can mess with you. Psychologically, you start thinking about that, and you start doing things, and you start moving different because you're doing stuff like that.
Mhm.
So definitely you got to be careful with how you do that. I agree with Steven as well as with the whole your environment and what you've seen for like jobs. You see other people struggling out there. You making moves. I know that was a big thing before I moved to Florida. It was like, man, people are struggling to get jobs. Now it's COVID. Nobody's hiring. Like, it's like, I'm not happy with my job currently. I just stay here, because past experience showed me that, hey, sometimes when you got a good job, it's hard to find a better one out there. Um, and then look, I went and I applied. I got hired right away. It was the best thing I did. Best thing I've ever done.
Christian,
Sometimes.
Christian, hold hold on. Let me. I need to
Yeah,
cover this
yeah.
real
Go
quick,
ahead. Go
right?
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Christian is an anomaly. Guys do not listen to him. We are full in Florida. There's no work here. We
Florida's
are
shut
full.
down.
We don't need more people.
Hmm.
We
Florida got
don't need
locked
more
down, bro.
people.
They
We
said
are
The
they're
good.
no longer
club
hiring.
is full. The club is packed.
That's
The
it. There's
club
only
is
one
full.
person that could
Yeah.
come to Florida, and that's Rex, and that's because he already got a
Hey,
pass. But everybody
that's
else,
it.
kick rocks, bro.
And I just be working from home online. I be out the way, you know what I mean? Just have my AC on. I be chilling. I be chilling on the road. That's it. Going to go get some food. But yeah, what I was gonna say is, we are prisoners of our past because the brain is as much as a sense of freedom. It also is it's a cold, dark place when you want it to be. Um, but I guess relevant advice, because I don't want to say like this is what you should do because everybody's different, right? But just maybe hearing what I have to say, maybe can inspire or put some light. But I just try to laugh about everything because shit is going to work out the way it's supposed to, anyways. So you guys are talking about jobs. I left my security job for a work at home opportunity and went back. And then 4 months later was laid off. And then 3 months later found a better job. So I took the risk,
The
was like, man, went back. They let my ass go. And then I was hurting, trying to figure it out, doing what I had to do. And then God willing, I found something and I've been good ever since. So, like to me, I just say that like if you have that doubt, it's like shit's always gonna work out. Shit's is always gonna play out. I always say that if you have a good heart from the last episode, if your intention is pure, has no malice, and you're doing the best that you can, it will always work out. It will rightfully and truly. I know a lot of people always say, you got to hold your cards because you don't want to get burned because of their experience. I always said that you could always burn me at the stake for always giving somebody my all because I'd rather have them fuck me over than me hesitating on it. I'd rather you show me. You show me that you're a bad person than me being told that or
Mhm.
assuming. Show me that, and then I can confirm, and then I have that. So I think that's just the way that's how I just look at it, right? So there's other jobs that I've seen where I've gotten hit up for, and I was just like, "Ah, I don't know, because it seemed kind of like too good to be true." But I'd be lying if I said sometimes I don't think about it, but like I don't dwell on it. I'm like, yeah, that was an opportunity, but now when I see something else that has that kind of similar pattern or effect, I try to jump on that one, because I said I had an opportunity like that before, and I have something similar. So I'm gonna give what I was gonna give to that situation into this situation, and I'm gonna make it work, because it gonna work out at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. I like
At the
that.
end of,
But
at the
why do
end of
we
the
think
day gon' end.
why else do we think though people struggle though?
You mean like
Just
from their own reasons, or like from outside like outside reasons?
outside reasons. Why do you think they're struggling?
Because not everybody has a woe as me mentality, but you can easily get sucked into a woe as me mentality. Like, I grew up in like, community housing. I could be like, oh, I'm going to be poor forever. I live in government housing. This is it for me, gun violence, all that. I said, no, like, I see opportunities every day that I'm like, I'm going to go out there and strive for, right, and make that change. So I think sometimes like the outside forces, they do weigh down, like I'm not gonna lie, like, again, I would be lying if I said if those things don't affect me, but I try to turn that into something positive, into motivation. And that's the part where you have to make an effort, you have to try, and that's the best that you can do. So, and I
Nice.
think that's essentially it. When you don't if you don't try, nothing happens. So at least if you said that you really tried, like you went to school and realized it was a sham, instead of just staying from outside and being like, yeah, it's a sham. You actually paid the money, you went to school, and you were like, either got the degree or not, and you're like, yeah, like it wasn't worth the time. At
Mhm.
least you have the experience. And a lot of us, that's what the case ends up being, is that you have a line and half the people are just yapping. They don't have that experience. They're just saying whatever from what they've heard. And then you have people who've actually been in the field, who got outside their comfort zone and went and did it. And they can be like, yeah, like I actually did this, and this is my research or whatever I came up with. And
Yeah.
I go
Okay.
from there. You know what I mean?
I like that. I like that. One other question, and this is completely different, just because we're
Mhm.
running. I saw the time now. We're running low on. Um, I saw this on TikTok, right? And it's just like, damn, that's a good question. And it had me thinking. Here we go. This is and this is for all of us because we're all in this situation. Is love a feeling or is love a choice? Why'd you look down right away, Steven? I'm looking right at you when I'm
You
saying this, sir.
I
you
feel
love
like
the
this question
Cowboys.
isn't for me.
Is love a feeling or is love a choice?
Yeah, let's talk
Is
about
that
how you
you
feel about
love
the Cowboys.
you
Yeah,
you love
yeah,
you love the
yeah.
Cowboys because that's a choice. Because I know you don't get that love feeling watching them play. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. Next topic, please.
No, all right, Rex, answer because Steven don't want to answer this one.
Honestly,
I just did, bro.
I'm
No,
gonna be
I'm
a
asking
fence
you,
sitter.
is it a feeling or a choice?
I'm
So
gonna be
you
a
tell
fence
me
sitter.
how do you feel? How do you feel when you watch the Cowboys that you love?
Okay, we'll go into what I think after. Rex, go ahead. What is
Um, I feel like it's both. That's what I said. I don't want to be a fence sitter. I don't want to be a fence sitter, but I feel like it's both, to be honest, because I'm going to be the Mr. Logical,
Mhm.
Mr. Big Brain. Love is an emotion, which that means it comes from within inside you, which means that it's something that has to be felt, which is human, it's a human thing, right? That's what we got,
so
right? Because
let's break it down even further. What is
all
love?
right, baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Love is a feeling, definitely. I think it's how you want to pursue it, because we love people, but we also love inanimate objects, right? children's love blankies, binkies, toys, right? When you get older, you know, you like cars, computers, tattoos, you know, things that make you your personality or what you think makes you you, you tend to love those things, right? And then when people it's, you know, the love, sometimes what you get is what you want to receive, or what you feel is what you should give back as well. But again, it love with humans, I think, is just familiarity. I think it comes down to um they give you something that you're seeking, and you may not be able to say that feeling initially, but as humans we all know that there's a certain como se diga, like a void to fill, right? And you know, that person is able to then kind of to do that. But then
Okay.
it develops, because you can love your friends, right? But then when you have your partner, that's a, you know, they say it's a different kind of love. But I think it's just humans, is that it's just how far you go with said love, right? Because you're not gonna try to um have intercourse with your friend. I don't know, maybe that's what you're into, I guess, right? But like,
Look
but
at this.
but
All
but
right,
I
so
mean, like,
that's
yeah,
the
How
feeling part of it. Get to the choice part now. You said it's both. So
choice,
why do you
yeah.
feel it's a choice?
Because you have to be committed, because your brain also is telling you, right? Like, I don't think emotions and logic, they share the same house, but they live in different rooms, right? So you can love somebody, but if they're giving you, and you know, trigger warning, but if like your partner's beating on you, but you love them because you see them for better and you know that they're in a bad spot, you're make a choice, right? That is a choice, right? And then that's hard because, right, it's the same thing of holding on to the past. Do you leave, right? If you have kids, if you have all these things, it's gonna all fall apart. You know, in Toronto we call it, you know, a lot of people together are roommates, even if they started off dating, but the rent's too high, so they end up becoming roommates, right? But again, there are certain things where it is a choice, right? Like they always say, you love something, let it go, and if it loves you, it'll come back to you, right? But if you're in certain situations where you're giving love and it's not being received back, and you're holding on to, like, you know, the topic of this episode, what, you know, whatever else in the past, like, you know, in a sense, and you have to be accountable as humans, we are making a choice. We make choices every single day, right? Whether it's big choices on, you know, what car I'm gonna buy, to small choices to what socks am I gonna wear, what underwear am I gonna put on, if I'm gonna shower, am I gonna start with the left side or the right side, you know, like, but we every day we make a choice, even right now, you know, making choices. So I think, you know, love is just another compound and setting situation where, again, you feel this, it's natural, it's a, you know, that chemical feeling, but then once it starts going on and you start able to have like a footnote or a log of everything that's going on, if, you know, situations are starting to change, you really start to evaluate whether or not, if it's worth it or not. And then again, that's why I say that, like, that becomes the choice.
Yeah. And just to answer your question, the average human makes about 35 choices a day, 35,000 choices a day, excuse me. So that is a lot of choices that your brain is going through. I'll go ahead with it. I agree with you. I think it is both. As me being a Cowboys fan, it's a choice that I've made, the choice that I put myself in.
That shit was so good.
Every year, when I tell myself every year, this is our year, you know, that is a choice. You're right. It is. It's something that you have to choose to do, right? You choose to actually put the time and effort and everything in. And it's also a feeling. I mean, it's natural, that chemical feeling, that bubbling, you know, when you're going on that first date and you're getting excited. Look, don't give me that face, sir. Don't give me that face. You know it. You know, you get that feeling inside of you, like you said, or, you know, you falling in love with either a person, or like you said, kids fall in love with their toys, the objects and stuff like that. Can't, like my son, he's in love with his computer. He can't wait to get home to jump right on. Like, he's addicted. There's a form of addiction. He's getting that dopamine that's feeding him, and he needs to keep feeding it every day. You know, that's part of it. But I definitely think
enabler.
I am an enabler sometimes, yes.
No. That's going to be a topic for another time on humans and addictions. That's definitely going to be another topic.
All right,
that's not
right. Put it in the notes so we don't forget. Put it in the notes right now.
Yep.
So but yeah,
all I like is bitches, big booty bitches.
you know
that's
what Steven likes.
That's a great Biggie lyric.
Go ahead, Steven.
That's a great Biggie lyric.
So no, it was definitely, but it is a feeling. I feel like I feel like it's both. You know,
100%.
I feel like love is an action word. You know, it's definitely something you got to put time and effort into. You know, for that. That's my thing. I mean, I could keep rambling on for hours about this, but I want to hear what Steven has to say now. Steven's turn to talk.
Bro, we gotta wrap this up. I already gave my piece.
You don't want to say nothing, Steven?
We did. We talked about it with the Cowboy. We did explain it. We can, that was it. I heard you, man. That's all I want.
Okay. All right. So we'll end it on that. We'll end it on that note. We'll love to hear from you guys back as well. Tell us, answer first question. Why people can't get over their past. What's the struggle with that? What are they going through that they just can't get over it? And then 2, do you feel love is a feeling or a choice? ? So definitely let us know what you guys think. We'll love to hear back from you guys. As always, you can send us an email at cutthecrap with 2 P's, 1@gmail.com. That's CUTTHECRAPP1@gmail.com. We appreciate all the people that keep responding to us. It was normally one person. This one was actually somebody I don't know. It was anonymous, we're going to say. So it was,
shout out to Anons.
Yeah, so we appreciate you. Also, shoot us a message on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We'd love to hear from you all there. We're at Cut the Crap there. Or if you have our personal numbers, hey, shoot us a message. We'd love to get those text messages as well. So we do appreciate you guys for listening, like always, and watching. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, thumbs up, and that bell button to be notified anytime new videos drop. Till next week, you guys have an amazing day, amazing week. Stay blessed. Peace.